Guys, I would like to introduce you to my first 36 original video. The first original I owned was a 36-inch brown Adaptair. So 36 originals always have a special place in my heart, even though they're not my favorite. Andy is here with me, and he also has a special attachment to 36 originals, don't you?
Yes, this is another childhood fan of mine because it was one of the two fans that were originally in the house I grew up in.
And if I understand correctly, the original that was in his house growing up in the sun porch was identical to this one, except his didn't have a light.
Yep, same fan, no light, and I think it was slightly older because it had the tag that just spelled out Hunter Division Robbins and Myers Inc. across it. It didn't have any sort of logo on it. And that's the same tag that you see on like late R52s and transitional models, so I just think that's an older tag for that reason.
Does this light switch not work? Maybe not.
Oh.
Nope, there we go.
There you go. Just a little stiff.
Yeah, I needed some WD-40. I didn't try that though. Okay, so it's rated. It's a model 22297, and it's rated at 1.2 amps. And let's give it a whirl. Low. Now, 36-inch originals are notorious for humming, and I will tell you that I personally noticed that it hummed less before we put the light glass on it. The light glass is reverberating and making the hum louder. So if I wanted to 0.9 amps on low, if I wanted to make it quieter, I would probably put a rubber band around the lip of the light in there and see if that helped. Yeah, well, an isolation ring would make a world of difference, actually. But another thing you could do, it wouldn't help with the light, but it would help with the hum overall, would be to just put rubber washers between the blade brackets and the rotor. That would be the poor man's isolation ring. Here's high. And that is 1.5 on high, so it actually is significantly over the rated current. It's dropping, though, considerably as it goes up the speed.
That's good. Yeah, ours hummed quite badly, which was not helped by the fact that it was on a dimmer.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a big part of it.
One of the reasons my parents didn't particularly care for it, because I don't think they realized at the time how much of that was probably caused by the control.
Now, when they replaced it with the design house, did they remove the dimmer too, or did they?
Yes, they replaced it with just an on-off switch and controlled the fan and light with the chains. So it just became just a normal light switch there.
36-inch originals are known for being underpowered, but this has a fairly decent airflow underneath it, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, for a small fan.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about what you'd expect.
I'm going to go back here. Kind of tell if there's air moving, but it's not really making a noticeable breeze back there. Let's see about here. It's a little gentle breeze right here. It's a pretty good breeze right under the fan, though. It's really, I did a video last night of that 29-inch Craft Made that, people wanted to know if it sucked or not. And, surprisingly, the 36-inch original does not move incredibly more air than the 29-inch Craft Made. But the 29-inch Craft Made was surprisingly effective. So, let's try it with the Decade box. Spin down time on this is pretty good. These normally have a pretty brief spin down. I did help it out with some WD-40. If you're going to have a light on one of these, I think that little small schoolhouse globe is pretty perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I always thought these fans look kind of funny because the motor housing is so much smaller, but the oil cups and canopy are the same size as the 52-inch original. I
agree. I never saw a 36-inch original as a kid until I found mine at a garage sale. Up till then, I only thought they made 42 and 52. 1 microfarad, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 gets it started. That's 0.41. Just out of curiosity, when you post your videos, like, do you crop out when you're readjusting and stuff like that, or do you leave that footage in?
Yeah, I cut that out.
So what happened?
I stopped recording.
So the audio is probably pretty strange then. There's like bits of conversation here and there.
Yeah, I try to edit it where it at least sort of makes sense.
That's 7 microfarads and 0.42. That's a lot of editing work.
Yeah, that's why it takes me so long.
0.5 is 8. 9 is 0.59. 10 is 0.68. So you could probably use these on an 8, 12, 20 control, which would actually give you a pretty good range of speeds. Let's try 12, 0.76. 15, 1.07. Nope, it would not work on 8, 12, 20 because when I get up to 20 it exceeds the
resonant frequency.
Yeah. 19 is too high. 18 is as high as you can go. Now, for the sake of somebody who wanted to add a third speed without using a wall control, let's put it on low and let's see what that capacitor value would need to be for that third speed. There was a place downtown called Gino's, Italian restaurant. Did you ever eat there?
I don't think so.
It's on State Street. For the longest, they had 2 52-inch R&M originals and 2 36-inch R&M originals, all 4 in brown and brass and pecan with schoolhouse globes.
Nice.
And one of the 36 originals eventually got replaced with a Casablanca 4 Seasons 2. And then I think they replaced all the fans with newer Hunters, and then eventually the restaurant went out of business. But it was at one point in time, it was an extremely cool installation. So 6 is where it starts. Interesting, it was 7 for high and 6 for low. Not a big difference, we're at 0.41. So if you wanted to make it a 3-speed fan, you could use a 6 microfarad capacitor and this would be your low speed. I almost think we got a slower low speed using the high and a 7. But this might be a good low speed anyways if you're converting it to a 3-speed fan. Here's 7.5. 8.62. 9.75. 10.88, and then high, which is low, is 0.91, so we're already pretty close to that. Off, high. Let's see how it does with the solid state control. This is not going to be indicative of your parents' fan because a dimmer switch has much less filtering than a... I mean, do you know for sure it was a light dimmer and not a fan speed control?
I am pretty sure it was a dimmer because it was just...
If you could push it on and off, it was definitely a dimmer as opposed to click. You know what I mean?
I think it was click, but it was missing... It could have been fan speed, but I don't think so. Because it felt... I don't know, it just felt cheap and flimsy and not...
Yeah.
And it was missing the dial for as long as I could remember. It just, we'd have to twist the stem.
Nice. It's funny, I can hear it humming, but it's not spinning yet.
Let's try it.
.34 is where it starts. Eighth of a turn, .63. 8th of the turn, 0.16. It definitely hums, but does it hum more than without the control, is the question. Let's find out. It's a little bit noisier with the control, but not much. Because it hums regardless. Like here's with the control. And wait, that's not. I'm trying to find like a speed that I can that's equivalent to that speed. So it does have a little bit more with the control, but it's not like not the end of the world. Okay, last thing I'm going to do, try to remind me, Andy, because I've been forgetting. I'm trying to include in my videos a 0 to high. You know, because normally I gradually work my way up to high with the various controls, but then nobody ever gets to see what it looks like to start at nothing and go all the way to high. Let's try to turn the light back on for this. Not sure if it worked or not. Oh, I'm still drawing current somewhere. No wonder it's not spinning down. Let's see. Nope, light didn't come on though. Try it one more time. If not, then that pull chain's just... Nope. Okay, well, let's do this. And here is 0 to high. Starts at 163. And then the current drops slowly as it gets up to speed, as is common with shaded pole motors. It's at 153, 152, 150, 149. Okay. Anything else you want to try?
No, I'm good.
Let's see here.
Oh, light.
There we go. It just needs a little WD-40, or better still, deoxit. Okay. Well, that's that. Now we can take this apart and do the little thing. I don't know what the hell that is. It's a Winco or a Moss or a St. Louis or whatever that small thing is. Do that next. These are good fans if you have bigger originals installed somewhere and you need a small fan for show, but it doesn't need to be the most powerful small fan. These aren't like a fan to put in a room by itself, in my opinion. But like if you've got a room where you got an installation with a big fan and the small fan is, you know, less effective, and these are great. Okay, thanks for watching.